Boom. Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back with another edition of Sound Off.
Yeah.
I got my main man,
Hey.
Riley, over here. We're gonna be watching. What are we gonna be watching right now? I think this is the Nefarious trailer. So the Christian horror movie. We're gonna watch that out. Johnny, what's up tonight? Robbie, how you doing?
You good, man?
I'm scared. Yeah. Hey. So I first saw this this headline where it was like, "There's a Christian horror movie." So of course you have to click on it. Because oftentimes we think Christian movies are super cheesy and they're not well done. But some recent ones like Jesus Revolution and some of these things that have come out recently have gotten a really high acclaim on there. So
it's more of a psychological thriller. I wouldn't say it's a horror. I mean, I've been following Steve Deese for a long time. I mean, The Nefarious Plot is his book, the original book that the movie was made after. And it's unbelievable. Not just the movie itself, which I want to see so bad. So Steve, if you're listening, send me a link. I promise I'll buy it. Or if it's in the theater, I'll go see it. But I'm in Canada and you're not here yet. But I'm so excited. I've been dying to see this movie just because I understand the premise, from the book, but also the spiritual warfare that the production team, the directors, the actors, it is like 100 times worse than what happened with The Passion. And if anyone's familiar with what happened on the set with The Passion, it's pretty extraordinary. Well, start reading into what has happened in the making of this movie, pre-production, post-production, the entire process. You'll probably say, there's no way that this could be true, but it is. Really? They did not want this movie to be released. Even the R rating they gave it was so that it would limit the reach, and doesn't seem to be stopping. It's growing in numbers, and they're adding more theaters this weekend, even in Canada. So I'm excited about that.
I watched a video with Patrick Flannery talking about it, and he said this changed his mind about spiritual warfare. So to me, it's like, I was a huge Boondock Saints guy back in the day, and I love Patrick Flannery. And when I saw that he's the one playing in this role, I was like, this.
Apparently, they were saying he should have an Academy Award. Like, his performance is so absolutely incredible. It's like beyond. Like, the reviews are so insane.
Well, it's freaked out the people that are the writers and stuff and the critics, because this movie came out of nowhere and started making tons of money. I mean, Jesus Revolution was going to do what it was going to do.
Yeah.
This is completely different. One is R rating. It's so dark, but I'm excited.
Do you know how many Christians still don't even believe in, even though they read it in the Word, they really don't even talk about, believe in demonic, oppression, demonic possession, right? These things, they're not talked about. Nobody brings them up. I mean, here, at Take on the World conferences, we've had multiple demons manifest, whether it be through entities, and then even through guests who have come for deliverance. And I think it was wild, right?
Like, I wasn't even there, but you told me about, like, there was this one person who was doing bad things there.
Yeah. So so wow. So I think this is going to help that come in there. And again, when it comes to these things, just like Robbie was saying, the warfare that comes, I would say if you guys are going to go watch this movie, bring people to this kind of stuff, make sure you are prepared to do that. So this is a really heavy topic. I've got my son here, but learning about spiritual warfare as a young child and not having to be brought onto you, because they're going to go to Netflix, they're going to go to all these other streaming platforms where they see nothing but demons all over the place, and they go, well, that's not real. Guys, it is real. It is really happening. These things are taking place. So without further ado, we're going to check out this Nefarious trailer. And hopefully you guys, if you're in a city, hey, Robbie, the mandates are lifted. You can come to the States and come watch this.
I want to see the movie, but I'm not sure if I want to see it that much. I'm
Robbie,
sure I'll be able to get it when it comes out.
Road trip.
Yeah, come
fly out here, drive out
road
here.
Road trip for for Nefarious. Johnny, let's do it. All the way down for Nefarious.
All right, here we go,
Hey.
guys. We're going to jump into this. Go ahead, Doug. What do you got?
I'm down. I say let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll do some
Let's go
live
to Canada.
Just do it already.
Yeah, we can go to Canada. Here we go. Let's do it already. All right.
Oh,
You should have accepted my offer, James.
Execution scheduled for 11 p.m. But he's trying to convince us he's gone insane.
And therefore incapable of being executed.
I need you to prove he's faking it.
Edward? I'm gonna ask you some questions.
I'm not Edward. I'm a demon.
Demons aren't really a thing.
These was-
What happened to Edward?
We own him.
We?
He's a master manipulator. You have your head so twisted around you think you're the killer, not him.
And give me something to make me believe you. Prove to me you're a demon.
It's probably just a coincidence.
Yep, definitely.
I want to talk to
The real
Edward.
makes me do that. I can't stop him.
I need you to see something. You got a fan. Did the same thing with all his victims.
Help me!
I'm trying to, Edward, but you have to answer my questions. You have to tell me the truth.
It won't let me!
It can go away. It can go away. Yes?
No. It's starting to happen. Can you feel it, James? Can you feel it? I think it's time we tell you exactly what it is that we'd like you to do.
Something behind them.
But it's past.
apparently it hits on the culture war, everything that's going on a large scale. I'm so excited because it's so deep on so many levels of what we're experiencing right now, present day, that people are just looking out and they're like, hey man, how does this all compute? Like, how could this all happen in the society that we're in? And Nefarious really starts touching on the plan and the way it was all devised, and it goes really deep. So I'm not going to spoil. I mean, I haven't even seen it, but I know enough to know that a lot of people won't be expecting what they see when they go in the theater. They'll think, oh, it's kind of like The Exorcist or something like that. It's nothing like that. It's on a very deep level on kind of how they've worked together to bring society where it is and where it's about to go. So I'm super excited to watch. I wish, like, I'd already be at the theater 3 times over. I tried to even find people that could find it on the internet. And I said, I'll still buy it. Like, honestly, hand to God, I will literally buy it. I just wanted to see it so bad. I couldn't wait. So they can't find it though. So it's really tough to find. So go see it, guys.
Bootleg it for him. You know, me and Doug, we can go.
You can't find it. Yeah. Big shaky camera. You guys talking.
We'll live stream it.
Yeah.
Doug's hiding behind the camera.
I mean, honestly, if I go back to my younger years, this is what we always had hoped for, like Frank Peretti with This Present Darkness.
Oh my goodness.
And that kind of movie to come out. And it never happened, really.
Do you know Sony's tying that up, Doug? You know, like, I followed that because, like, if there is one movie that, like, is my dying wish to see, is seriously This Present Darkness, done. I mean, major $100 million, motion picture. And apparently it's in the movie production that they've got licensing on it, and they've held it up for years. Nobody can touch it. Nobody, like, even people that want to try to do it, they can not even able to
silence
it. Of course they do. But can you imagine? But yeah, this is kind of the step forward to that.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not a part of, or there's some sort of tie into the Screw Tape letters as well?
Yeah.
Not really. It's just it's kind of along those lines. There's no real tie-in, but it's kind of a way to describe it. If people are
Okay.
familiar with Screw Tape Letters, you could be like, that kind of premise. This is kind of what it's like too. Even how they work through Christians in the church, and you know what I mean. Like Screw Tape Letters is all about how they work together with churches and with just people in modern day, where it didn't seem demonic, but it was very craftily done. You know what I mean? That's where it goes into. It goes into very benign, kind of safe stuff, not really deep, evil, satanic stuff, but kind of that, that lighter version that's just still sinister in itself. But people look at it and they don't think, it's going to lead anywhere. And they kind of bring all the dots together right to where we are right now, where we're experiencing, even in our schools and our churches, in the education system. I mean, we all know what's happening with the headlines. That all has kind of been brought together spiritually. And Nefarious really, really ties it in and brings it in a way that a lot of people will be scratching their head when they leave the theater. So like what I've heard is it's not overtly Christian, like it's shoving it in your face, but you kind of start really wanting to start searching after it's done. Yeah.
Well, it's funny to me that two of the quote biggest blockbuster movies that came out of nowhere this year. I mean, we're not going to count Guardians of the Galaxy. We're gonna look at Jesus Revolution and Nefarious.
Yeah.
And to me, that says a lot more where we're at as a society, because we're craving it. We're craving truth. We're craving reality, and this brings it. I mean, a lot of the people that were behind this movie financially risked a lot to do this movie. And you got some good actors. I mean, Sean Patrick Flannery, you've got, I can't remember his name, but he's been in Hollywood forever. The warden.
Yeah, they both went on record and said, Sean did. He came on record and said, this is the role of his lifetime. And honestly, this movie has changed his life going forward.
He was on an episode of Criminal Minds, and he played kind of a similar role, but all of the things that I've watched from this movie.
What's your excuse? You guys can go see it any day. Are you kidding me? What are you doing sitting here reviewing it?
Real life,
watch it.
John, Robbie, real life.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm dying to see it. I've literally been begging people to find it and do a watch party, and it's like I can't find it. I can't find it. So,
well, guys, I think that trailer was amazing, right? Yeah. But we're gonna wrap up tonight. But I want to make sure that I ask you guys this question. This will be how we wrap this up, because it does deal with possession, right? We saw that in there. Did you think it was pretty scary?
No,
not really.
No.
Not really. If that didn't happen to you in real life, you wouldn't be scared? Okay, he would be scared. So let me ask you guys this, and this is a scary question for Reilly and for everybody on this. Do you guys feel, and hopefully we get some different opinions on there, but in the chat below, guys, maybe go ahead and throw your opinions down there. Can a believer be possessed? What do you guys think?
I don't believe so. No, they believe they can be oppressed, but not possessed. That's my opinion.
Ditto.
Well, I want to be contrarian, but I kind of got to agree.
Yeah, so I'll say this: having dealt with a lot of the ministries that deal in this, and the answer is almost every single time it's yes. So when you're involved in this ministry, whether it be having these direct correlations to a lot of these guys, they will say yes, and they have their good reasons. We're out of time.
You stop it there.
But
how do you stop it there?
We're going to do another sound episode after we all see this, and we're going to talk about this, and maybe bring in Tom Dunn. We'll talk about these things, because I think that's a fascinating thing. But I will tell you how. I want to leave you guys on this note. If you're just stumbling across this and you see Christian horror film, how do we prevent these things in our life? It's walking in obedience to the Father, walking in obedience to Him. And so picking up your word, being in your word daily, being in prayer, that's not enough. You have to be in obedience to the things He's called you to do in your life and His commandments in your life. So guys, it's a pretty simple thing. Whether we can be oppressed extremely hard or we can be possessed. That's a debate for another day. But guys, you've been watching Sound Off. Anybody want to say any quick thing before we get off here tonight with this Nefarious reaction?
I want to see this movie.
If there are films of faith, make sure that you get out there and you see it as quickly as possible in the first weekend, in the first 3 days of release, because then it goes to show that there's an actual audience that wants to watch these things. Over the years, talking with movie producers and people involved with movies, they say the first 3 days are very, very crucial when it comes to movies. So I know that we're past the release date of it, but in the future, if you see movies that have a faith behind it, make sure you get out there and support it as quickly as possible.
It's true. Based on that, they're opening more theaters because of the response has been so positive. Now other theaters are like, okay, yeah, we'll carry it. So it is really crucial. I agree.
Now the big question is, should a 10-year-old kid see these?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes.
As far as Nefarious, yeah, I think so.
You know
I think
what?
Riley's not a normal 10-year-old.
And by the way, this wouldn't have been rated R. There's nothing in it to support an R rating at all. Keep in mind, this was actually a dishonest thing that the association did on Nefarious, because there's no sexual activity, there's no swearing, there's no even gore.
It's rated R for reality.
For reality.
Oh,
Nice.
there you go.
There's a way to
R
close it. Reality.
But when I heard Christian horror flick, I thought they were doing a live action kids praise movie with Salty.
We're salty.
Salty. When salty turns bad.
Nefarious.
All right, guys, you've been watching Take on the World TV. This has been Sound Off. Catch you guys on the next episode. Maybe we'll have a different change of clothes for the next one. I don't know. You know, this is like 2 videos that we've done in the same day. So if you didn't know, we did these all in the same day. All right, guys, we'll see you guys soon. You guys have a great night. We'll see you.
Sound off.